to indeed try to undo what we're doing, but we are very much awake and we are not going to go back. We are not going to go back. We shall continue to consolidate on the gain so far. The very pertinent question we shall be asking ourselves today is, are we going to leave Biafra land to the plunderers, to the enemies of Biafra to take over? And for how long are we going to remain neutral to the events going on in Biafra land, economically, politically, socially, and otherwise? Is it the best approach for us to indeed allow our enemies to plunder, to take over what belongs to us, and to be in control of our future and our affairs? These are some of the pertinent questions that we need to provide answers to. Very important as time goes on. The events of the past few weeks, of course, have indeed taught us lessons. And indeed, in the process, vindicated IPOB that our belief in the unworkability of the most abominable entity called Nigeria is real and accurate. And no human, no force can indeed provide an alternative answer to it, or argue successfully in the contrary, or to the contrary. Professors were drafted from all nooks and crannies of the zoo called Nigeria. They have years of experience in different parts and different walks of lives and their endeavors. They were drafted from different places where they are professing or where they were professing. They were supposed to be upright. They were supposed to be forthright. They were supposed to be indeed standing in the gap. They are supposed to be conscious of the nation and communities that they are indeed existing. This time around, they have betrayed a lot of people who are looking up to them. They were used to perpetuate the most horrible and monumental fraud in history in the name of electioneering. And it buttresses what we have been saying, that an average zoo citizen is looking for his stomach, is looking for what he is going to eat, including those who say that they are educated, including the so-called elders, different parts of the zoo called Nigeria, including Biafra land. Where are those people who were clamoring for your protection? They continue to deceive you. Where are the people who are representing your interests? None of them is talking as we speak because they have been paid off. We did one remarkable thing at this particular point in time to demonstrate to our people, the people of Biafra, that IPOB led by our leader Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu, are universally present everywhere, every nooks and crannies of the world, are indeed people who are Democrats, people who are humane in their approach to our collective self-emancipation, people who listen to views from the other side. And we made it and put it as a caveat that what is going to happen or what was going to happen, what was going to take place, will be a vindication on the part of IPOB. And today we are standing tall. Indigenous people of Biafra are standing on a very stronger, if not strongest, pedestal to drive home the audacious preparations on Biafra. Therefore, you should be proud of whom you are. Our focus remains Biafra land, and we are sending this as an indication of what is to come. Our enemies have surrounded us. They want to take over Biafra land from us. They want to use their servants. They want to use their fellow collaborators. They want to use men and women dishonorable in every ramification in their ways of doing things to come against us. And we are urging our people to be more politically aware this time around, in the sense that wisdom must be applied in between to decide who is standing in for you and who is not standing in for you. In the next couple of weeks, months ahead, a number of important directions will be given by our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, on the way we are going, on the way we should be going, on the way we are supposed to be going as the present developments continue to unfold and stare us in the face. Before we continue, we want to use this opportunity to stand with the people of New Zealand, where a group of people represented by one renegade, they call themselves white supremacists. They went to mosque and they murdered a number of people, at least 41 of them in their numbers, in cold blood. And it is our position here that evil is evil. They are calling them extremists. They are calling them all manner of names. But they are terrorists. They are terrorists and should be called by their names. It is also very important that our people understand the precarious position we are in. As long as you are a stranger, including myself, in a foreign land, and more critically, those of us who are living in northern part of the zoo called Nigeria, the enemies will continue to make us an object of attack. What are we trying to say this time around? What happened in New Zealand, if care is not taken, will find resonance in the zoo called Nigeria and against our people. You must be very careful. There is no mincing words about it. It also reminds us of the fact that in different parts of the zoo called Nigeria, none of our people are welcome, other than to continue to put us in slavish situation and circumstance that will continue to hold us down. The hate speeches going around the world, and specifically, more especially in the zoo called Nigeria, the hate conduct is overwhelming. We will want to use the opportunity to renew the call to our people who are living in different parts of the zoo called Nigeria, Biafrans, to indeed know and appreciate the fact that no matter how hard they try to warn themselves, no matter how hard they try to claim indigence of northern part of the zoo called Nigeria, indigence of Yoruba land, you remain a stranger. And you are an object of attack any day, any time. It's simple as that. Why is that so? Because the zoo called Nigeria is not a place for you. Nobody is his brother's keeper. Nobody is your friend. As far as the zoo called Nigeria is concerned, forget about the fake unity that they are talking about. It is good to live in a foreign land. It's good to live outside Biafra land, but you must have to know that you have to pay a price for it at any particular point in time. There are a number of debates going on over in social media and other places. Especially the most vocal among them are the people who have taken northern part of the zoo called Nigeria as their home, taking Yoruba land as their home. They are even more indigenized than the indigenes themselves. We are telling you that there is nowhere like home, especially the businessmen among our people in that part of that zoo called Nigeria. If you have 2 shops, 3 shops, at least you must have to have one in Biafra land. It is better for you that you are a stranger, a foreigner in a foreign land than to be in different parts of the zoo called Nigeria and continue to be enslaved. This is all the more why Biafra is inevitable. Because Biafra stands for justice, Biafra stands for equity, Biafra stands for fairness. More importantly, it stands for the total emancipation of all those who are under shackles of oppression and injustice. There are individuals and groups sponsored by the zoo government to continue to cast aspersion on IPOB. Some of them have radio stations, including Radio Biafra, Radio Buhari International, including the computer demodulated and generated Okudede. He's nowhere to be found anymore. Who are they talking about? They're talking about IPOB. Why are they talking about IPOB? Because you are doing something. And as time goes on, we shall take over the whole of Biafra land, economically, politically, socially, and otherwise, and in a more formalized and engaging manner. Our people must brace up for the challenges ahead. Fulanis have been sponsored to invade the whole Biafra land. They are speaking Igbo language more than you do. We continue to remind you, anybody speaking Igbo around you and you have some form of suspicion, probe deeper into what that person is saying. Interrogate that person all the more. Some of them are committing crimes in Biafra land, and when they do so, they will be speaking Igbo language, because Igbo language is the predominant language or dialect in the whole of Biafra land. We are saying it for sake of emphasis. Our Biafran youths must be vigilant, you must be very focused, you must be very security conscious. They say war is coming, but the war is already with us. So why are we afraid? All we need to do is to consolidate and courageously put in place measures that will enable us to achieve our potential in our own land and elsewhere we find ourselves. Ultimate question remains, are we going to leave plunderers, invaders, and these terrorists to take over Biafra land? What is your thought? Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the next couple of hours, in the next 24, 48 hours, shall be addressing Biafran people once again on issues that go to the very essence of existence. A very short broadcast this evening. We want to salute the courage of our brothers and sisters who are anchoring programs in different parts of the world, from the Middle East to the South African region to Biafra land to United States of America. And more importantly, and on the other hand, our Biafra television crew who have been doing marvelously well. And we salute the courage of our Biafran brothers and sisters in different parts of Biafra land who have stood still to making sure that the legacies, the footprints of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are defended jealously and guarded proudly. It doesn't matter how long this journey is or it takes. Most important thing is that we remain focused till the end and that Biafra shall be restored in our lifetime. We shall not allow the heart of this project to see corruption, and the gate of hell shall never prevail against it. We are on different platforms, satellite platforms, FM relay stations across Biafra land. We are on technological call to listen. We urge our people to download the new Radio Biafra app. It is everywhere. I have tried to share and, of course, inbox some people with the link. We also urge you to continue to disseminate and forward to friends and families. We are on TuneIn as well. We are on our websites, www.radiobiafra.co, www.rblworld.tv, www.ipob.org, and other different websites under the control of Indigenous People of Biafra. We are on Simple Radio app. Download it on mobile devices. Go online as well and type Radio Biafra, and you will be able to get us. Some of the blogs where the designated bloggers are streaming our content. That you want to live